Good morning, my dear students. Today we will make a revision. Number 1. The number of known elements up till now is 118 elements. The number of known elements up till now is 118 elements. All of these elements are metal solid, except mercury, which is liquid. All metals are solid except mercury, which is liquid. All the following are properties of metals, except they are malleable and ductile, they are good conductors of heat and electricity, they contain 1, 2, 3 electrons in outermost energy level, they are bad conductors of heat. Of course, all of these are properties of metal except they are bad conductors of heat because they are good conductors of heat. All the following are metals except oxygen, because oxygen is non-metal, it's a gas. Oxygen is from non-metal elements. Oxygen is from non-metal elements. The element which has atomic number 12 is considered from, I will take 12, 2, 8, 2. So the atomic number is 12. And the number of electrons in outermost energy level is 2, it means that it is a metal. When an atom of an element loses 1 electron or more, it change. When it loses, it will change into positive ion. Lose, positive ion. Gain, يبقى negative ion. So here it's lose, so I will choose positive ion. All the following elements can form positive ion, except, of course, metals form positive ion, but non-metals form negative ion. So I will take at the first sodium. The first element is sodium, Na11,2,8,1. It will lose 1 electron and change into positive ion. When it loses, it will lose. When it loses, it will be positive ion. B, chlorine, Cl17, 2, 8, 7. Here it's non-metal and it will gain 1 electron and they change into negative ion. Number C, magnesium, 12, 2, 8, 2. So it will lose 2 electrons and it will form positive ion. Number D, aluminium, number 13, atomic number 13, 2, 8, 3. So also it's metal and it will lose 3 electrons and it will form positive ion. All of them are positive ion except chlorine, which form negative ion. So I will choose chlorine, which is negative ion. Which of the following figures represent the structure of sodium ion? Of course, sodium, here it's asking about sodium atom or ion? Sodium ion. If it's asking about sodium atom, I will choose this, 281, like here. This is the sodium atom. But it's not asking about sodium atom, it's asking about sodium ion. So what is the sodium ion? Here it will be positive 11 protons, because protons remain the same, they don't change, but when they lose, they will change to 8. They will lose 1 electron and it will have positive 1. This is the sodium ion. This is the atom and this is the ion. So I will choose this is the sodium atom. Here it's 2,8, 2,8, 2,8. So which one I will choose? I will look at the nucleus and the number of protons. Number of protons must be 11 because atomic number of sodium is 11. So I will choose this one because number of protons are the same, they are 11. Number of protons will not change. ملوش دعوة البروتونز remain the same. هيفضل زي ما هو. But the number of electrons will, when they lose, they will be 8 to 8. but the number of protons will be a 11. So I will choose this one because number of protons here is 11. The number of energy level of the sodium ion is what? Number of energy levels in its ion. طب when I look at the sodium atom, here it has 3 energy levels, K, L, M. But in the sodium ion, it has Kl only. So the number of energy level in the sodium ion is less than the number of energy levels in the sodium atom. Here there are 3 energy levels, but here there are 2 only energy levels. It's less than. Next, when an atom is changed into ion, the what is changed? The number of protons, number of neutrons, number of electrons, or mass number. Of course, number of electrons, because it gain or lose electrons. But number of protons and number of neutrons will not change. So the mass number also will not change. Lithium, Li, lithium atom, change into lithium ion, +1. Which means it what? When it is positive, it means that it lose or gain. Of course, positive يبقى lose. So it lose 1 proton ولا lose 1 electron. Of course, lose 1 electron. Always we say that they lose electrons, not lose protons. So it means that it lose. Why lose? Because it's positive. هنا positive يبقى lose. ولose طبعا ايه؟ 1 electron. During a chemical reaction, magnesium Mg12 lose its outermost electron and they change into here magnesium 12. It lose 2 electrons, so it will change into a positive 12 protons. They will not change, and it will be 2, 8. And because it lose 2 electrons, so it will be a +2. It will have 2 positive charge. So it will be magnesium +2. Magnesium +2 because it lose 2 electrons. The only non-metal that exists in liquid state, non-metal is bromine. Bromine. All the non-metals don't conduct electricity except carbon or graphite or coal. The negative ion, the number of protons is what the number of electrons. In the negative, يبقى negative أكتر, يبقى electrons is more. So it means that protons is less than the electrons. In the negative ion, ليه negative? Because the negative is more. Negative A, negative electrons is more than the number of positive protons, which means that the number of positive protons is less than the number of negative electrons. All of these elements can form a negative ion except what? نمسك واحد واحد. Oxygen. أنا بسأل إيه؟ Negative. Negative means that they gain. مين اللي negative? Gain. طيب. أنا بيقول لي all of them are negative. It means that they gain electrons except مين؟ نمسك الأكسجين. Oxygen 8. 2, 6. It means 6. It means that it will lose or gain. Of course, it will gain. Gain 2 electrons. And it will be negative ion. Next, nitrogen 7, 2, 5. يبقى ايه برضو gain 5. It will gain 3. It's non-metal. Next, so it will be برضو negative ion. If it has 5 or 6 or 7 electrons in outermost energy level, it means that it's non-metal and it will gain. طب next, chlorine اهو 17, 2, 8, 7 برضو gain 1 electron and it will be negative ion. طب aluminium 13, 2, 8, 3. ده كده ايه metal. This is metal because it has 1 or 2 or 3 electrons in outermost energy level. so it will lose 3 electrons and it will be positive ion. So all of them are negative except aluminium, which is positive ion. When nitrogen atom gain electrons to complete their outermost shell, it become ايه؟ طب نمسك النيتروجين اهو 2 5 it will gain 3 electrons. 2, of course the number of protons will not change, there are 7 protons the same. 2 8 it gain ايه كام؟ 3 so it will have negative 3. يبقى nitrogen ايه؟ negative 3 so I will choose this one, nitrogen negative 3. Next, the number of electrons in oxygen ion O negative 2 is A electrons. طب نيجي oxygen اهو oxygen 2 6. Let's draw when it's an ion. Positive 8 protons اهو 2 8 بقى and it will be negative 2. ليه negative 2? Because it gained 2 electrons. So the number of electrons in the ion it will be 2 8 يبقى 10. 2 plus 8 equal ايه؟ 10. So the number of electrons in the negative ion, خلي بالي هو بيسأل ايه؟ atom ولا ion؟ ion يبقى I will look at this. This is the ion. So the number of electrons it will be ايه؟ 10. Which of the following figure represent chlorine ion؟ برضو ion اهي chlorine. Let's draw chlorine. Positive 17 proton اهو 2 8 8 positive sorry negative 1 negative اهو 1 because it gain 1. طب يبقى which one I will choose? I will choose this one 2 8 8 ولازم اتاكد هنا في positive 17 مش هيبقى 18 ولا حاجه لا برضو زي ما هما the same they will not change positive 17. So this is the chlorine ion because it has 8. And here it's asking about chlorine ion. But when it's asking about atom, I will choose this 287. But here it's asking about the ion. So I will choose 288. طب the number of what determine the type of element and its chemical activity. طب I will determine it's metal or non-metal or metal. According to ايه؟ هبص على ايه؟ على number of electrons in outermost energy level. يبقى I determine the type of element. If it's metal or non-metal or noble gas, I will look at the number of electrons in outermost energy level. كل عناية بتبص على ال outermost energy level. And I will decide that if it will lose or gain according to number of electrons in outermost energy level. يبقى I will choose electrons in the outermost energy level. All the following are properties of inert gas except they form negative ion. لأن inert gas they will not lose, they will not gain, they will not make any chemical reaction. So they will not form negative ion. All of them are right except they will form negative ion. They don't participate in chemical reaction. Yes, this is right. Their outermost electron shell are completely filled. Yes, they are. This is right. Their molecule consists of one single atom. They are monoatomic. Yes. All of them are right except they form negative ion because they don't lose or gain. They don't make any chemical reaction. They will not make any kind of ions. Next, all of these elements can participate in the chemical reaction except I will choose noble gas which is neon. The molecule of noble gas consists of one atom. It's monoatomic. One atom, it's monoatomic. During formation of sodium chloride molecule, sodium as we know it's 11 281 يبقى هيعمل ايه؟ lose كام؟ 1 because it has 281 اهو sodium Na 11 281 يبقى هيعمل lose ل 1 electron. طيب يبقى بيقول لي ايه؟ gain 1 لا احنا قلنا lose. give what is the meaning of give؟ هي lose lose equal ايه give. طب give 1 electron to chlorine yes. طب gain 2 electron no. give 2 لا احنا قلنا give ايه 1 يبقى I will choose this one. خلاص give or lose. give هي lose. طب during formation of magnesium oxide molecule the oxygen atom change into. طب الاكسجين اهي change into ايه اهي negative 2. oxygen هيعمل ايه يديني ايه negative ايه 2 يبقى تبقى O negative 2. this is the sodium this is the oxygen atom ion. يبقى during formation of magnesium oxide oxygen atom change into ايه positive ولا negative اهي negative ion which carry ايه 2 negative charge. يبقى change into negative ion and carry 1 negative charge. لا احنا قلنا 2 يبقى negative ion and carry 2 this one. طب next the bond in sodium chloride molecule as we said ionic bond between metal and non-metal and two examples are sodium chloride magnesium oxide. هم دول الاكزامبل علينا. يبقى ionic bond between metal and non-metal like ايه sodium chloride and magnesium oxide هم دول الايونيك بوند. طب يبقى هنا sodium chloride يبقى اكيد هو ايه ionic bond مفيش covalent. ده metal sodium ده is metal and chlorine is non-metal يبقى ionic bond. طب هنا next بيقول لي covalent bond usually arises between ايه طبعا covalent non-metal و non-metal يبقى two non-metal. all the following are example of single covalent bond except مين السنجل. احنا عارفين السنجل اخدنا ايه سنجل انها covalent bond سنجل ودبل وتريبل. سنجل كان مين كان hydrogen and water. double like oxygen. triple like nitrogen. طيب here all the following are single except ايه hydrogen ولا hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid ولا nitrogen ولا water. we studied that nitrogen is from A it's from triple so it's not single. I will choose it because it's triple it's not single. Here all the following represent which of the following represent the molecule of the water. water H2O. طب here this one H2O ماشي. this is O2 و H no so this one is wrong خالص. no this one is wrong. طب here H2O okay ماشي H2O ماشي. طب which one is right. I will count the number of electrons. Here as we know that hydrogen its atomic number is 1 K1 والاكسجين 8 2 6. طب دي هتعمل ايه هنا oxygen هنا اهو. طب هنا this one need ايه need 2 electrons to be 8 and this one need ايه 1 electron because K is filled with 2 electrons only. طب oxygen need 2 electrons so it will share ب2 بس 2 ايه 1 here and 1 here. خلاص يبقى 1 with hydrogen this hydrogen atom and 1 with this hydrogen ايه atom. طيب يبقى هنا بنقول ايه this one is wrong because when I count a number of electrons here after sharing it will be more than 8 يعني 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 they are 10 this is wrong they must be 8 they must be saturated by 8. طب this one اهي 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 this one is right this is 8. طيب 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 this is also 8. طب which one is right. طب here هنا hydrogen share ب1 لكن oxygen share بحاجة no مش لازم hydrogen share ب1 يبقى الاكسجين share ب1 برضو يبقى this one is right because when hydrogen share 1 electron also oxygen share ب 1 electron. and here is the same. So I will choose this one. طب all the following are covalent molecule except magnesium oxide because it's ionic. The covalent bond in oxygen molecule, as we said, in the oxygen it's double covalent bond. طب there is a triple covalent bond, لسه قايلين برضو triple in the nitrogen. طب this is lesson 1. طب شوف lesson 2. element are most stable element. most stable يبقى أكيد مين؟ double gas. When non-metal gain or share by 2 electrons, its valency will be 2 يبقى إيه؟ divalent. All the following elements are monovalent except oxygen because it's divalent اهو oxygen it will gain 2 يبقى هي divalent. All the following elements are divalent except يا ترى magnesium ولا nitrogen ولا oxygen ولا sulfur. nitrogen. ليه؟ nitrogen N7 2 5 so it will gain or share by 3 gain 3 electrons or share by 3 electrons, so it will not be divalent, it will be trivalent. But as we said, nitrogen, its valency may be trivalent 3 or pentavalent which means a 5. Nitrogen valency, it may be tri when it gains 3 electrons or 5 because sometimes it may share 5 electrons in the covalent bond. So its valency not divalent, divalent خالص. طب when an atom lose gain or share with 1 electron 1 يبقى أكيد monovalent 1 يبقى mono. The valency of ferrous means a divalent but ferric trivalent. ferrous الايرن ممكن يكون ferrous divalent أو ferric trivalent. This is ferrous and this is ferric. طب all the following are non-metal having more than one valency except a copper ولا phosphorus ولا sulfur ولا nitrogen. I will choose copper. ليه؟ because is copper non-metal ولا metal؟ it's metal not non-metal. يبقى بيقول لي all the following are non-metal having more than one valency. all of them have more than one valency بس هو بيسألني non-metal. copper is metal not non-metal. In trivalent element the outermost energy level contain how many electrons؟ طب لسه قايلين trivalent like ايه؟ nitrogen has 5. طب ممكن ايه كمان؟ ما هي trivalent means that like aluminium. اهي aluminium 13 2 8 3 it will lose ايه؟ lose 3. يبقى trivalent lose 3 electrons or gain 3 electrons. Here aluminium it has ايه؟ 3 electrons in outermost energy level. طب برضو nitrogen is trivalent but it has 5 electrons in outermost energy level. So trivalent element means that it has 3 or 5. 3 to lose 3 electrons or 5 to gain 3 electrons. The valency of argon is noble gas 18 اهو 18 288 يبقى ده lose gain ولا ده it's noble gas يبقى الفالنسي بتاعته 0 it will not lose or gain. The valency of copper in Cu2O. طب نشوف كده copper Cu2O. طيب copper valency it may be monovalent or divalent. طب نشوف كده اهو نرجع كده مش احنا بنعمل اكس CuO. الCu دي هتاخد الايه؟ ال1 اللي عند الاكسجين والاكسجين it will take its valency which is divalent. valency of oxygen is divalent صح. يبقى copper valency is ايه؟ monovalent. يبقى here in Cu2O the valency of copper is monovalent. The chemical formula of carbonate group carbonate حافظينها CO3 CO3 and it's -2. All the following are monovalent atomic group except phosphate. Phosphate PO4 and its valency is trivalent. هنا nitrate is monovalent, hydroxide is monovalent, bicarbonate is monovalent. Which of the following is trivalent atomic group؟ لسه قايلينها اهي triatomic اهي. مين؟ phosphate. This is the only atomic group which is trivalent. Nitrate and nitrite. طب نيجي نشوف نكتب nitrate and nitrite. This is the nitrate. Nitrate -1 ونيترايت اهي NO2 -1 برضو. طيب هنا بيقول لي nitrate and nitrite is different in a type of atoms. لا هنا في nitrogen واكسجين، هنا nitrogen واكسجين. Number of atoms are here. Number of atoms are 4. 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygen. طب here is 3 atoms. طيب نشوف valency. No, this is mono and this is monovalent. Type of charge. No, it's negative. Here it's negative. يبقى هي number of atoms. Phosphate and sulfate are similar in A. نيجي نكتب phosphate and sulfate. This is phosphate and this is sulfate. Phosphate -3, sulfate -2. طب يا ترى هما are similar in type of atoms? No. Here it's phosphorus and oxygen. طب here it's sulfur and oxygen. Valency? No. This is trivalent and this is divalent. Number of atoms? طب let's count the number of atoms. Here 1 phosphorus and 4 oxygen. يبقى 5 atoms. طيب هنا 1 sulfur and 4 oxygen. يبقى برضو 5 atoms. يبقى number of atoms. The nitrate group is monovalent. NO3 -1. Nitrate is monovalent. All of these atomic groups carry the same charge except ammonium is the only atomic group which has positive charge. Ammonium NH4 is the only atomic group which has positive charge. All of them. Nitrate is negative. Nitrite negative, nitrate negative, bicarbonate negative. Ammonium دي الوحيدة is A positive. The molecule of sodium hydroxide, water, sulfuric acid share in the presence in each of them in A. طب نكتب واحد واحد فيهم. At the first, sodium hydroxide. This is sodium hydroxide. Water. Sulfuric acid H2SO4. They are sharing or share in the presence of A. Hydrogen and the nitrogen? No. مش ولا hydrogen ولا nitrogen. في hydrogen okay but nitrogen no. Oxygen and the sodium ماشي هنا oxygen and sodium but here ماشي oxygen but no sodium. طب hydrogen and oxygen oxygen و hydrogen ماشي. Oxygen و hydrogen okay. Oxygen و hydrogen yes. طب hydrogen and the sodium no. يبقى I will choose A. Hydrogen and the oxygen. Chemical formula of carbon dioxide show that the valency of carbon is tetravalent. Valency of carbon is tetravalent. طب ليه بنكتبه CO2؟ Here carbon is 4, oxygen is 2. I will make 2 divided 2 equal 1. 4 divided 2 equal 2. Then I will exchange them. يبقى carbon will take 1 and the oxygen will take a 2. The valency of carbon is tetravalent. Element M forms a compound MOH3. So its valency is here MOH3. طب نكتب كده MOH. طب نبدل valency of oxygen. Of course here after M is a 1. طب and the M3 بدل نرجع تاني يبقى valency of M is a trivalent. Because the valency of hydroxide, yes, it's right, it's monovalent. So the valency of M is trivalent. The chemical formula of calcium carbonate. calcium bicarbonate, calcium Ca, bicarbonate HCO3, calcium its valency divalent, bicarbonate its valency monovalent. I will exchange them, so I will give calcium 1, I will not write the calcium, and HCO3 bicarbonate, then I will give it the 2, the valency of calcium. I will make a bracket and put the 2. So I will choose this one, calcium bicarbonate, calcium bicarbonate. Each aluminium Al3 combine with how many chlorine to form aluminium chloride? طب let's write aluminium chloride. اهو aluminium chloride. Aluminium its valency 3, chloride its valency is 1. I will exchange. Aluminium 1, I will not write the 1. Chlorine will take the 3, the valence of aluminium. طب يبقى AlCl3 يبقى aluminium was combined with how many chlorine atom? 3. The chemical formula of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Sodium is monovalent, hydroxide is monovalent. So I will write NaOH. 1, we will not write 1. طيب يبقى NaOH اهو. The chemical formula of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid اهو. أول ما اسمع acid يبقى H. Sulfuric it has sulfate SO4. The valence of hydrogen 1. The sulfate is 2. Divalent. I will exchange them. يبقى H2SO4. يبقى H2SO4 اهي. The sulfuric acid is composed of 5 atoms of 3 elements. طب let's count the number of elements. Number of elements hydrogen and the sulfur and the oxygen. So they are 3 elements. طب number of atoms. There are how many hydrogen? 2 أو 2. Sulfur 1 أهي 1. Oxygen 4. يبقى equal كام؟ 7. 7 atoms. يبقى 3 elements and 7 atoms اهي. I will choose 7 atoms and 3 different elements اهي. Ammonia NH3. The number 3 refer to number 3 ده under under hydrogen. يبقى nitrogen and hydrogen atom in one molecule. لا. hydrogen atom in one molecule. ماشي okay. The valence of hydrogen. No, the valence of hydrogen is 1. Then N atom in the molecule. No, it's not nitrogen. Not the number of nitrogen atoms. It's the number of hydrogen atoms. There are 3 hydrogen atoms. And the 3 also is the valence of nitrogen يعني. But it's not written here. The chemical formula of sodium nitrite. Sodium nitrite. Sodium 1 nitrite 1 يبقى NaNO2. I will choose this one. Here it should be 2. It's a mistake, okay. So I will choose Na. I will choose the one NaNO2. Okay. The if in the compound XNO3 2, the valency of X is XNO3 2. I will write the X and the NO3. I will exchange them. The X I will give it the 2 أهي. And the nitrate I will give it a 1 under the X. Of course we don't write 1, but it should be here a 1 يعني. طب يبقى nitrate its valence is monovalent. Yes, so the valency of X is divalent. The number of atom in ammonium nitrate. طب let's write ammonium nitrate. Ammonium NH4, nitrate NO3, طب here it's monovalent and also nitrate is monovalent. يبقى NH4 NO3. طب let's count number of atoms. Nitrogen is 1, hydrogen is 4, nitrogen is 1, oxygen is 3. So I will count them. 5 plus 4 equal 9. So I will choose number 9. When an acid dissolve in water, of course acid form positive hydrogen ion. Acid positive hydrogen ion. When an alkali or base dissolve in water, it give negative hydroxide ion, negative 1. All of the substance turn paper into red. مين اللي turn paper into red? Acid. Acid turn paper into red. طب which one is not acid? Hydrochloric acid, it's acid. Nitric acid, sodium hydroxide, sulfuric acid, all of them are acid except mean. This one, sodium hydroxide, it's base. Base change into blue. Mona bought a cup of yogurt and found its taste is sour. مين اللي عنده sour taste? Of course acid. Acid has sour taste. All of these substances turn color of litmus paper into blue. مين change color of litmus paper into blue? Base. طب which one is not base except mean? Sodium hydroxide, it has hydroxide, يبقى base. Potassium hydroxide, it has hydroxide, يبقى برضه base. Calcium hydroxide, برضه base. Hydrobromic acid, it's acid, red, not blue. An aqueous solution of the compound has better taste. مين اللي better? Base. Base. طب مين؟ كلهم base except مين؟ Except sulfuric acid, it's acid. All of this non-metal oxide except mean? Except aluminium oxide, because aluminium is metal. Aluminium oxide يبقى metal oxide, not non-metal oxide. Sodium chloride is salt, because it's formed of positive ion with negative ion. The salt is formed from combination of positive metal, مين البوزيتيف metal and the negative atomic group. وعايز metal مع atomic group. This is metal and non-metal. This is metal and atomic group. ماشي اوكي. طب this is atomic group and atomic group. This is non-metal. This is metal and non-metal. يبقى هي دي عشان هو عايز metal with negative atomic group. Sodium metal وcarbonate negative atomic group. On combination of magnesium ion with CO3, A is formed. This is positive ion and this is negative ion. يبقى أكيد A salt. Positive مع negative يديني salt. The salt is formed of combination of positive atomic group with negative atomic group. طب this is positive atomic group ماشي الأمونيوم، بس الكلورين non metal هو عايز negative atomic group. طب this is positive atomic group and the negative atomic group ماشي اوكي. طب this is metal and negative atomic group. This is الأمونيوم positive atomic group and the bromine is non-metal. يبقى this one because ammonium is positive atomic group والcarbonate is negative atomic group. Ammonium chloride is formed from combination of A. طب اهو ammonium chloride. Ammonium is A positive atomic group. طب والكلورين non metal negative ion اللي هو ايه non metal. يبقى انا هختار ايه positive. يا هنا بيقول لي positive metal، لا مش positive metal، هو positive atomic group. positive metal ion برضو لا. طب negative non metal ماشي اوكي negative non metal و positive atomic group طيب وهنا بيقول لي negative non metal و negative non metal. No, this is wrong خالص. طب all of these salts dissolve in water except mean except silver chloride. Silver chloride don't dissolve in water. It's from salts that don't dissolve in water. Okay, thank you Prep 1.